The world has been filled with business ideas, consumer products, and services with the hopes of making large profits for years before us and will carry on for years after. The deciding factor and the difference maker between a successful product or business oftentimes doesn't actually lie within the product itself, but more within the sales and marketing strategies associated with it. As a business owner, you could have the best product, which meets the needs of any consumer, better than any other product that consumers may have. But if you do not have a developed strategy to get it in the hands of those very consumers, how will it ever be successful? How could you ever make a profit? Most business ideas will be sold or marketed as either business to consumer or business to business ventures. Business to consumer models require extensive marketing budgets and sales reps to move tons of products to all of the smaller fish, as each consumer is an individual. A business to business model is a much more targeted approach, so the consumer marketing budget does not need to be as large as a business to consumer model. Also, sales strategies are targeted towards the decision makers within those prospective clients and companies you will be selling into. This, in fact, shrinks the consumer list or potential client list from millions of small fish to hundreds of large fish. The last and final thing would be partnerships. Partnerships provide each of the companies, firms, and entities with some type of strategic value that they could otherwise not create on their own, forming a partnership. For example, a startup firm with a solid business idea or product with little resources can partner with a larger firm or company to offer the solution or product and then share in the revenue with each other. This is a very effective way for startups to gain market share and grow quickly. Today we're going to look at BigFanMail.com. BigFanMail.com was founded in 2013 and is a great startup firm or example that we can learn off of. Big Fan Mail essentially provides major sports fans the opportunity to purchase personalized email addresses supporting their favorite sports teams. For example, a huge Memphis Tigers fan would be able to purchase the rights to the email address and domain name, such as scott@bigtigersfan.com or scott@bigmemphisfan.com. The email or domain name runs right over an already existing email account, like Gmail or Yahoo. The domain name can link right to an existing account, so the servers in the back-end email database is actually going right through the Gmail or Yahoo account. But the emails will come through and be addressed to the Big Fan Mail, whatever logo or team that they are associated with. Big Fan Mail currently has over 200 domain names, which include teams from the NCAA, NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. The revenue generating plan here for BigFanMail.com is to license these email addresses to each individual user. The licensing fee is $40 per year. Today we're going to talk about why partnerships are such a great model for startups. Rather than investing a large amount of startup funds to a sales and marketing team targeting consumers in every market or every fan base individually, Big Fan Mail has decided to use a partnership approach. Big Fan Mail has created a useful product which consumers have a high demand for. However, the Big Fan Mail startup company does not currently have the budget or ability to fully tap the markets that they wish to be in. Partnering with universities and sports franchises will provide them the opportunity to experience an already tapped fan base that those entities have already done and create a very large market value for Big Fan Mail, while also providing those universities or franchises a greater revenue opportunity for themselves at essentially no cost. The model provides universities and franchises with 100% of the first year's licensing fee for each consumer that they get to sign up. Once the client renews their license at the end of the first year and into the second year, the university or franchise will continue to receive 25% royalty fee of those consumer subscriptions until they choose not to renew. This model provides a large incentive for universities, franchises, and franchises to market the personalized email address to its fans because of the revenue generating possibilities. It also allows Big Fan Mail to keep its marketing budgets extremely low and sales efforts targeted to a few contacts within each university or franchise, rather than the millions of individual consumers or fans. What has already been done for BigFanMail.com? Well, after interviewing members within our athletic department here at the University of Memphis, it was determined that the decision makers or potential endorsers and partners within athletic departments across the country would be a director of marketing or business development type title. With my sales experience in creating targeting campaigns and finding decision makers from my experience as a director of business development at a market research and technology firm in Chicago, I was able to create a database which included all 112 NCAA schools which Big Fan Mail had already active domain names for. The database provided at least 2 contacts within each school that could be a potential client or partner. This approach allowed Big Fan Mail's 2 founders to keep the company size small and very targeted by setting up meetings with key decision makers at those universities. By providing access to these fan bases at these large major universities, which consist of hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of people, it is a very, the strategic approach is very much cost effective compared to the alternatives. Because the startup firm was just founded 4 months ago, time will be the witness for how effective the strategy plays out for BigFanMail.com. The advantages of this strategy are that it is a turnkey model. So once the initial sale is made into the university or sports franchise decision maker, these entities will have the incentive to market the product for BigFanMail.com. And after 1 year, consumers will renew their subscription, providing BigFanMail.com with $30 per year from each renewed subscriber. Additionally, word of mouth from new subscribers will trigger an influx of new customers which will sign up directly through the Big Fan Mail website, which can create a larger value for both sides of the partnership. The turnkey model also allows Big Fan Mail to keep its startup and operating costs extremely low in comparison to the revenue potential it has been able to tap into through their partnership model. This is just one idea or business model which can provide a startup idea with a low startup funds and opportunity to grow very quickly.